Hi, everybody. Welcome to Crossways. Hey, Steph, say hi to people.
Hi, everyone. We're back.
Yes, we are back in the house. Yeah, man.
In a different house in Manchester?
In Manchester's yard.
Yeah.
We're in Manchester. What was that sign I saw? Manchester's great, but the only thing that's missing is a beach or something. I saw that and I thought, it's not great because it rains all the time.
It rains everywhere in England. In London, it rained last week as well.
Raining,
yeah.
It's raining, but as soon as you get past like Macclesfield, it starts raining. But you know
it's
what?
a myth, everybody. It's a myth.
Talking about Manchester. So what we're going to do? We're going to talk about the City Arsenal game. We're going to should we lead into that first?
Yeah, I think we have to.
Right?
Big game.
It's a massive game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a game that Arsenal have to win if they're going to try and have any hope of being anywhere near. And I wouldn't even say the title. I think third place got to try and get there, haven't they?
Yeah, I feel as though, especially with the defeat against Chelsea, now it just seems to be between United, City and Arsenal for them Champions League spots, and this is a big game.
I think it's done, isn't it? It's unfortunate that Chelsea, I wouldn't say it's unfortunate for Chelsea fans, but because obviously for Chelsea it's brilliant, but they're just so good. They're so good, and obviously Naomi Girma coming in. Their squad is immense.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Chelsea are just ploughing everything in. They're just ploughing it all in, and you know what it says to me. You know, it with the other owners. If you plough it in like Chelsea are doing it, and you're trying to get the best, you want to be the best, you want your team to be the best with young players. You know what I mean? With the young players they're bringing through as well, Chelsea. They're going for it. And I think that they're going to benefit.
You know when you hear like a record signing, a world record signing of Naomi Girma of £900,000, you're like, right, okay, this game is actually going to the next level. And my worry is Chelsea are doing that. It's going to be hard for Arsenal, Manchester City, Man United to keep up with that level. But also, what about the other teams? But I agree in terms of I think it gives other clubs and other owners kind of a kick up.
Just to say, listen.
Okay, you have to invest properly now. If we want to make this a competitive league, which last year it was, but now the gap between Chelsea and the rest of the teams, it's big. It's really big.
Yeah, that's a worry as well. You would have thought that that's a bit of a worry for the league, for Chelsea to, let's face it, at this stage of the season, Chelsea look like, you know, I can't see who's going to beat them. They could go unbeaten.
And even game Sunday, right, Arsenal had their chances, but Chelsea just always find a way, and they've done that for a lot of years now. And I think it's unbelievable that you're attracting the best players in the world to our league. That's what we all want as fans, as pundits, as people that are involved in the game. And she's a great signing. She's going to make a difference.
She's arguably one of the best centre-back in the world, isn't she?
Yeah, I think if Buchanan probably have not got injured, would that have been made in the summer potentially? But they've had to do the deal, and they've realised that if they want to win leagues and Champions League, that's potentially the way to go. And it's a long-term signing as well.
I think when you look at Chelsea now and the squad, Lauren James back from injury. When you look at what they've done, they're coming off the bench, what they have off the bench with Wright and then Lauren James, and obviously they ended up setting up the goal. We'll talk a little bit about Arsenal in that game in a sec, because Arsenal did have chances in that game. But I look at Chelsea, I think they can win everything.
Yeah, with the squad like that.
With the squad like that. Remember, you got Sam Kerr to come back as well, and Buchanan to come back.
It's crazy.
Lauren James is just coming back in. You know, you look at the team, Lucy Bronze, Naomi Girma coming in. You know what I mean? Because look, you lose someone like Buchanan, and then you can buy.
That's what's crazy. It just replicates a little bit like men's football. They're willing to go, okay, we've identified a player that we feel as though is going to fit into our system. Maybe we would have got her in the summer, but we're going to have to go and get her now. That is what we would see from our top men's clubs in this country and probably all over the world. And that's the precedent that they've now set for the rest of the teams to kind of go, okay, we are really kind of setting the standard. And I do worry in terms of that gap, because the gap's big
massive
now.
Yeah, it's
but
massive.
What's it going to be like next year when these players are going to get only better and older, and they're going to work under Sonia again? They're going to be even better next year.
Even better. Because this is Sonia's first year. It's like when Klopp's singing Arne Slot, and Arne Slot comes, and with Klopp's players, he's kind of like looking like he's going to win the league as well.
Yeah.
I think the signings of Macario, because they could. Lucy Bronze, magnificent signing.
Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore is...
Keeping Wright out of the team, who's been unbelievable this season.
You know, the thing is that like Baltimore playing left back before, and then they pushed her up, and then she can keep Guru Wright, and he started the season very, very well. But like, even just watching her, I still believe she's the best left sider in the league at the minute for me, Baltimore, in the way she plays. You know, Niamh Charles being back now, they look imperious. Chelsea, it's going to be tough for anyone.
What did you think of the game?
I thought that Arsenal had to stay in the game. If they could stay in the game, and they did stay in the game, they created a couple of chances, and they took Chelsea to a place where if you don't take the chances, then Chelsea's going to be able to, off the bench, because who they bring on? They brought on Lauren James, they brought on Guru Wright.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Them two scored the goal, and that's the difference. If you don't take the chances, when you get through the rough period of Chelsea coming at you, you know what I mean? You're defending really well, Chelsea trying to put the pressure on. If you don't score in that time, then you know what I mean? You're probably leaving it for Chelsea to bring those subs on to finish you off.
And that's what happens in them big games, isn't it? Like, there's been a lot this season where maybe Chelsea haven't been on top and the other team has been, the likes of Manchester United, Manchester City, but they give you an opportunity. If you don't take it, they're just ready and waiting. And that I felt that was the case on Sunday. You know what?
The thing with it is, Steph, is like Chelsea were a little bit vulnerable once they didn't score in that first period, and Arsenal saw it through a bit. And then I thought that the chance, Emily Fox's chance, I think there's a leg came in and it kind of maybe took a little bit of something off the shot, but I thought it was a good opportunity for her to hit that hard across the goal.
Yeah.
And I thought Beth Mead's one where she missed the whole goal to the goalkeeper's left. I thought those are the kind of chances, you know, you take that, then that puts Chelsea on the back foot, puts them under pressure, but you don't take them.
And then they get the opportunity with a penalty.
What do you think of the penalty?
I mean, I did see Instagram posts about penalties and referees, but I actually do think it was a penalty. I'm sorry. I think as soon as Kim Little goes to ground, I think there's only one outcome.
You know what? I'm quite pleased that there's no VAR in the women's in that particular game, because the way I saw it and the way Kim probably saw it was she got the ball, but she kind of came through here to get it, didn't she? So I thought it was a tough one.
And also Lauren James, she's really clever and she knows what she's doing. I'm not saying she's trying to get a penalty, but in them areas, her feet are so quick. But
you know, but the thing, Steph.
But draw would have been okay for Arsenal.
I thought it would have been okay. But like for Lauren James to go that deep into the bottom, remember, she was so far.
Cal Dentley's tracking back wasn't great.
It weren't, no. It wasn't ideal. And then when you look at the way Arsenal, like I say, with the substitutes that Chelsea were able to bring on, like I say, with Guru Wright and with Lauren James, and then we brought on Stina, and then, you know, Leslie has to go out on the right wing. Marianne, like,
because Ford got injured, didn't she?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, she's been playing well, yeah.
It's a massive blow for us, because I feel like the pace from Arsenal is a massive worry. I think it's a massive worry, especially on the wings. You know, like I said, I don't think Kafaji's a winger. She's in that kind of area where she's got to play
there's
inside.
A lot of players that play in similar positions at Arsenal, but obviously a player that's going to be missing for Sunday is going to be Katie McCabe.
Yes, well, she is, because she got herself sent off in a manner that I probably would have got myself sent off swearing, but I don't know at that stage, at this stage for Katie is what the one thing that I was trying to do at this stage is to try to calm it down a bit with them, stop talking to them.
Yeah, I think now, because obviously that kind of threshold's a lot kind of higher in terms of yellow cards, and
there's no way, the way she done it as well, there's no way that referee's going to take that.
And also, say for Arsenal now, you're probably missing most of your left side now if Ford's injured, if Katie McCabe is, and that's been the strength of Arsenal over the last few weeks with under Slegers, is that consistency of team.
So what they probably do, they probably put Steph.
I just don't think, against City, I just don't think you can change that centre-half pairing. I actually don't know. It's just going to be such a big game.
We need a left sider, and Steph's the only one that can probably do it, and then put Lotta in the middle.
Oh yeah, Lotta, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's probably what she'll have to do, so you keep the balance. So Steph, that's kind of league done, isn't it? If we're going to be totally honest.
So no more podcasts?
Well, no, we'll still do it because we want to, and the people want to hear what we've got to say. But it does feel like the league is done. I was saying before, that Arsenal need to win this game just to keep something a flicker. Chelsea don't even look like losing, and it just feels like it's the league is over.
Yeah, I feel as though everybody's interest from even like fans, pundits, it's
viewership
like,
down.
Okay, here we go again kind of thing. And it's the end of January, which is more of a worry. We want it to be down to the last game of the season, which it was like that last year. And I really do think this is a real pivotal time for the league in terms of which way we're going to go. I think we've grown the league so far, and now it needs to be kind of sustainable. It needs to be competitive, and that's going to take every club that's in this league to kind of really commit and to invest in good players. And you know what it is? It is a business, but ultimately we want fans to enjoy the games, and we want it to be competitive between the players, and we want the games to be exciting. We want to be sitting here thinking, oh, actually, for Man City, Arsenal, you're going Arsenal, I'm going Man City. We want it to be like, okay, it's not just going to be Chelsea all the time. It's not going to be Arsenal all the time. It's not going to be Man United all the time. It has to be kind of more interesting. And I love the fact that good players are coming to the league, but we have to kind of decide which way we're going to go.
This is why with the NWSL and the way that they spread it out is something that I think we had the opportunity to maybe take something from that, in that all the good players can't just go to Chelsea or City or Arsenal. Something has to be done so as the league gets a chance to breathe and start to come up, because you look at Palace, as hard as Palace are trying, I've seen them do it twice now, concede a last minute goal in the last, because they just can't hold on. They just can't hold on. And I do worry for Palace. There must be something that needs to be done, and I don't know how they're going to do it, the WPLL, is to make it more fair for everybody. Because we're looking at Chelsea and we're saying how brilliant that Chelsea, they're doing it, they're buying the players they can, they want their team to be the best that they can be. But then you look at a Palace and they look like they are really, really struggling.
We've had that discussion before, haven't we, in terms of those teams that come up. 9 times out of 10, they're the teams that are going back down into the Championship. And I think for me, looking at it, I think owners and clubs, they really need to have that change of mentality of like, right, okay, we are doing this for the right reason. You look at the likes of Everton, West Ham, and I don't mean to be kind of like looking at them going, you could have done things properly, but ultimately they've stayed in and around the same position for how many years now? How is that kind of shown that you have an intention to get better, to put the like infrastructure into your club to be able to compete, to try and get into Champions League or to get higher in the table? That's just the same things happens year after year.
Yeah, but then you look at Everton or a Leicester or a Palace, you look at them teams and you think, what can they do? It's like I say, the money's what's going into Palace. They're putting quite a few quid into Palace, like, what is it, something like £3 million in here, and that they're putting in, and it's still not enough.
Yeah.
At some stage, they're going to say, listen, we're going to go in, and I'm not saying you can go in like Chelsea, because Chelsea are going in really hard. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're using it with their men's team and their spend for the whole club, so they can all put that in the FFP, whatever it is. But the fact is, when you look at Palace and what they've got to put in, they're worried about their Premier League survival for the men's side. And we're asking them, you need to put at least another 4 or 5 million into the women's. That's the kind of commitment that needs to be done.
And also they've gone from part-time to full-time. So that kind of level of like standard in terms of professionalism, them types of clubs haven't reached that yet. So for all, like, say you take the men's game, they've already got the professionalism in their club because they've been there for 30, 40 more years than what any other women's team has been. So we're trying to like make the game professional, but also we're trying to get good players to come into the league. And I feel as though it's a bit of a kind of like you're stuck a little bit because you need to kind of get this bit sorted before you attract the players to come in. You can't do both at the same time.
It feels like it's already bolted. The horse is bolted. And we can see that with the way Chelsea they're just streets ahead of everyone. And I just feel like, how are you gonna rein that back in so as then the teams who do come up have a chance?
Yeah.
How are we gonna rein it back in so a Villa? I thought that Villa a couple of years ago was starting to make the moves and they're starting to play better, they're making some good signings, but they just seem to have fallen off. It's like the standard, they just can't stick with the standard and the level. What can the league do about that? This is the question I would ask. What are they going to do? What are they trying to do? Because at the moment, in that very embryonic stage for the women's game, what we're trying to build, it seems like there's one chick in the nest that's eating all the food.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me, and that's Chelsea.
Yeah.
Is that a nice analogy?
That was quite good, actually.
I quite like that. I don't know where it came from.
No.
But the fact is that this is what I worry about more than anything else, because we're at a place now where why would you want to watch when you know, oh, Chelsea can... How many is that going to be on the spin if Chelsea win it this time? That's 6?
Yeah.
You know?
Which
this is something that people need to, at the top end, they need to think about it and find out how we can make it more competitive. I want it to be more competitive. The girls want it to be more competitive. You look at Palace now, they're 4 points adrift.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so who's next? I think Leicester might be.
Leicester, yeah.
So then you think Leicester now can probably go, well, especially as they kind of...
If they get another win, they could probably just go, actually, there's no way they're catching us, kind of thing.
Again, we spoke about it a few weeks ago, about how can we make it so as Leicester have to continue to play hard.
I don't know what you think, Wrighty, though, in terms of like, say Crystal Palace, they get potentially 1 or 2 good signings in, but ultimately, like watching the highlights of last weekend and the weekends that we've done this podcast is like the tactics and the actual general setup of the teams that have come up or are always going to be in and around the relegation battle. It baffles us. It really does. I think for me, okay, you look at the Premier League, the men's Premier League, you look at Bournemouth. Bournemouth have nowhere near spent the same amount of money of probably Fulham, Chelsea, Arsenal, whoever that might be. But that manager is able to get them performing, to get results. And I look at it like that a little bit, like do the coaches and do the staff and do the whole club actually think, right, okay, this is what we're dealt with. This is the situation. How can we make it difficult and how can we get ourselves...
Difficult to beat, you mean?
Difficult to beat. Like you look at a lot of the goals that are conceded, it's just...
Yeah.
It just blows my mind that this is time and time again. And you know what? Spurs, credit to Spurs, Spurs have picked up a few points in the last few weeks and they look a bit more solid. So I think them first few months of the season, they've actually went, right, okay, we can't really play that expansive way of football. We're going to have to kind of maybe be a bit more compact. And Beth England goes and scores, which is now their tactic going forward until they probably get more players coming in. I just think in general, there's so many different things we can get better at as a league.
Maybe the coaches, especially when every week you're watching a calamitous goal and you think that they don't need to be playing like that.
No.
I still feel like it's with some of the teams, you can kick it up there and then you can like get yourself ready from that place. So as you're not trying to play it and you're like the goal we saw Ella Toon score last week, which in the box, it didn't even get out of the box, she just had to tap it in. Why are you bringing that pressure onto you there? Kick the ball up.
Liverpool's goal.
Yes.
Olivia Smith. I think I watched the goal back and the left back has an opportunity to actually play in the midfield, but she thinks, okay, I need to start again. I need to go through my centre half. I need to go through my goalkeeper. And it's the first 2 minutes of the game. Like playing their half a little bit, just be a little bit streetwise. It's, well,
that's
so
one of the things that I would
watching.
like to see. I'd like to see them playing to their strengths. And we're seeing a lot of them, their strengths is not playing out from the back. We're seeing it even in the men's game. But that's something that obviously as time goes by, you hope that they get it. But again, going back to the league, it really is a massive worry. Yeah. For me, it's a massive worry.
At this stage in the season, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's a massive worry.
And that's why I think for Arsenal, Manchester City, Man United, their only focus has to be getting that Champions League spot.
Yeah.
I actually don't know whether that eye's on the title because you can't see Chelsea losing 3 games.
I can see Chelsea. Chelsea have got a chance to win everything. They could win everything.
If they keep everybody fit,
So Steph, let's just throw out a couple of things because I keep saying, well, what can we do? What can we do? Let's just throw out a couple of things that like we think that the league might be able to do. Like you look at the NWSL and like the spend cap, right? So instantly, you know, you'll get Chelsea and Arsenal and sitting there saying, well, why should we have a spend cap? We're doing it all properly. But what we need is the league to be even, right? So what do you think of spend cap? It's not going to, I can't see it happening because there's no way they're going to.
I can't see that happening, but it's obviously a good option. It's worked well in the NWSL.
But this is what I'm saying. If they looked at the league right from the start and said, right, we need it to start from a really sound base. Let's start with a spend cap. This is what I'm saying. Everything just got run, but everybody bolted out the blocks too quickly. Let's start it so that everybody's going like that. And when they get to a certain place and a certain level, then obviously if you can bring in more money there, then you can do it. And then you can try and bring in more money, trying to attract more players, you know, but like, I don't know if there's no way that the top teams are going to.
No, because I think they've set out their stall quite early and like, right, okay, we are going to do it properly. We are going to get big commercial deals to be able to fund a playing squad that's going to compete for trophies. And that happens in men's football as well. This is not just women's football. But then my question is, are the right teams in the league?
What do you mean? Like you need what?
Do we have the right caliber of teams that is going to take the league to the highest level it can do to create that competitiveness? So you look at the likes of Newcastle, Southampton, they seem to be doing things where their aim is to be in the league, to then sustain and be there for a long, long time and do it properly for the girls and to make it competitive. Like, how do we kind of sustain that level over a long period of time with the same teams in the league at the moment?
Well, this is the problem.
Originally, when the WSL started, everybody had to apply to be in the league.
Right.
So the likes of Doncaster Bells, they didn't make it, but Manchester City made it instead of them because their project was a lot better from a competitive point of view, but also for what the WSL was supposed to be. And that's been proven right. So how come, because we're however many years down the line, are we not going to maybe have a look at that again and go, okay, do we necessarily have the right clubs that are going to take it to this next level?
So yeah, but then how would we, see, it's a good question, but I'm thinking,
I don't know how you would do that, but ultimately there has to be some sort of review to...
But again, this is what I'm saying. We're having this conversation now, and this is something that should have been had ages ago before it started to blast off. You know, so as then people say, right, let's collate Chelsea. Right, we'll get everybody. It needed to happen ages ago because what I was always worried about is like the marketing of the game. Because anybody could look at Wembley, look at England, it's full. Look at Arsenal, it's full. Certain games, the FA Cup, they're full. Everybody's thinking the women's get it's brilliant. But these are the things that are happening in the background where, like what's happening to Palace, like what's what happened to what's happening to the Championship, and the Championship being able to have teams that's strong enough to come into the WSL
and to give them a fair chance of actually surviving in the league.
But then we're talking about like Newcastle and that, yeah, but surely they have to still be good enough to get in the league and try to sustain themselves in the league.
Yeah, I think there's got to be a certain level, of course, but my thing is like this is longevity of the club, but also the competitiveness of the league. If you're going to get the same teams just scraping, we spoke about Leicester and Palace. If Leicester get one more win and Palace don't win, then it's like, okay, we know that we're not going to go down. But what is the ambitions to try and, okay, keep investing in not just players, but also the youth as well? Like we speak about just our top league, but it's so important that we get young girls that are in good academies getting coached every single day. And that comes from a longer term plan, not just the next 4 or 5 months.
And you know what else is a big worry is to get those young girls who are coming through and them being stockpiled at the bigger clubs. This is that's another thing that we have to worry about in respects of the amount of players who are playing and out on loan from those teams. It's no different to what the Premier League are doing. Yeah. My biggest concern is the fact that we're literally going down the same road. Yeah. We're going down the same road, and this is an opportunity. You know what I mean, to do it properly so that everybody's got a chance.
Them discussions have to be had because this is, I think the investment that's coming into the league and the players that we're attracting, we need to try and keep them here as long as possible to make the brand even better for people to watch.
It needs to, Steph, simply because if we're getting a league that's nearly done in January, it's not ideal. No. It's not ideal. So, Steph, the great Jen Beattie retiring. Yeah. The great I love Jen Beattie.
You know what?
She's so well loved. She's roundly loved by everybody. She's great?
Such a top girl. Yeah, she's been one of my best mates for a long, long time. And obviously moving to Arsenal, she was there and I heard so much about her. And and then we ended up at City together, and one of my closest friends, she actually lived with us for 3 or 4 months when she was trying to find a place in City. But you know what? I'm sad for her, but at the same time, I'm really happy. I think it's the right decision for her, and she can be so proud of what she's achieved.
You know what? I've done a couple of punditry gigs with her. She's probably she's
so chilled.
She's so chilled. She's so cool. She's so calm about what and then she's obviously got that fantastic Scottish like accent.
Can you do a Scottish accent?
No, I'm not gonna. No, I can't. I can't. Not especially. Simply because she's so cool. She's so calm. I think she'll make a great pundit because of her stature. But, you know, we're talking about somebody that, big goals. She's got a hat-trick against Barcelona.
Yeah, I played that game.
Did you play in that?
Yeah. I mean,
What was she like in the dressing room afterwards? That must have been amazing. Not many players can say they've done that in world football.
You know what? It was mad because Beats played in a lot of different positions. She played a little bit in midfield. She played centre half. She could play full back. And this game, she just was number 9. I think Julie Fleeton might have been injured, and she was like, right, okay, Beats, you're going up top. And honestly, everything she touched was just going in. I'm just like, oh my God, what is happening here? And I can just remember, like, she never really kind of bragged about what she did, but I'm like, mate, you've just scored a hat-trick against Barcelona. It's crazy. And she's just, honestly, she's one of the nicest humans, but she's such a good defender. I think both feet as well. I mean, playing with her at Man City at the back, and that was like a year where the back four was like Lucy, me, Beats, Demi Stokes, Karen Bardsley in goal, and we conceded 4 all season, which was crazy. But like you talk about big goals, in that league title win, she popped up with some important goals when we really needed her, and she was always a threat on corners because of her height, but she was always so reliable, and I think she never really got the praise that she deserved, I think.
No. I remember the cheer she got when she scored the goal against Wolfsburg in the Champions League for Arsenal. Everybody was so happy for her, especially with everything what she went through in her personally,
Definitely,
with the cancer stuff, and how open she was with it. How great she was.
So brave.
It's unbelievably brave.
I think she doesn't realise how much of a inspiration she has been. And that's just her in a nutshell. She's so modest, and that was always with her football. But the things that she did around her breast cancer and how she overcame that through COVID and the support of her teammates and Arsenal and the football community, I think she should be so proud of how she presented herself. And I always remember that phone call when she told us that she'd been diagnosed, and
oh my gosh,
it's not a phone call that you want to get off one of your best mates, but the way that she handled it with positivity, and everybody can kind of look up to her and go, you know what, like that mindset kind of does get you places, and now she can get her feet up and do what she wants to do, and I'm so proud of her.
I'm so proud of her.
We are a Beats fan.
Yes.
Well,
good luck in retirement, Jen Beattie.
It's good, Beats.
Yeah, can I call her Beats as well?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, Beats.
Yeah, Beats. We used to call her Jen.
Yeah, I was calling her JB.
JB, oh, nice. Oh, JB turns you as pals now.
Yeah.
Punditry pals. Okay, so last week we did predictions.
Yes.
I thought we did quite well.
I did. I got two. I didn't get the scores
not like
right.
you're counting or anything.
I wasn't counting, and I wasn't like looking to see if I got it right, but I was. And I got 2 right. I think I got Tottenham right. I got 2 results right. Not results, 2 games right, like wins. What was it, Alex?
Alex says Steph got the wins, bro, not you.
So you got
Alex said I got the wins, bro, not you.
Not you. Wow.
Anyway, shall we do this week's predictions? We'll give you a second chance, eh?
So let me see. Man City, Arsenal.
Man City at home, though.
But what about Man City's defence?
I do worry about them defensively just because I know that's not the strongest back four, and against pace, especially against Villa.
Which pace? Yeah, but where's our pace going to come from? Let's they start with Stina.
Oh yeah, true.
So we saw what happened on the left side of City. How she got roasted by Chastity Grant. I don't think we've got anyone who could do that. You know what, Viv? We have to say Viv Meadham is.
What a finish, by the way.
That second goal. And you know what was really...
Viv of old.
That was a Viv of old.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what was really nice is that it was such a good goal. Like obviously the first goal she scored was brilliantly taken, really clinically. A mistake from the defender. But the second goal, to see her smile as well, it was really nice.
Yeah,
it was. Much,
I think she's obviously been through a bit of a rough period with her injury, moving clubs and picking up another knock. Like that is Viv in her prime. I think her being able to get it out of her feet and put it top bins was, you could see that she's kind of getting that love back of the game. And
how do you think that's going to work out when Bunny comes back?
It's going to be interesting because I just don't think you can not play Bunny Shaw. I think obviously she's probably going to build up her fitness. She's just come back from a foot injury, but it's going to be competitive. And I think maybe that's why them Viv performances over the last 2 games have come out, because you know that you've got the likes of Bunny Shaw coming.
And was Jill Roord missed the hat-trick? Do you see a hat-trick?
Oh my gosh. Jill. I
could
just tell she was fuming as well.
Fuming. You know, the thing with that is, those are the kind of misses that you think to yourself, right, if I have to choose between leaving someone out, I'll probably leave Jill out and leave Viv in and then bring Bunny back.
See, I think Jill's work rate kind of she goes under the radar for the way that Man City play at this moment in time.
Well,
I just can't see him.
She needs to take those chances so people can take notice.
Yeah. You'd have finished them, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes, because there were 3 really... She got herself in such a good position.
I'm not saying just one of them days, no.
It was one of them days.
I'm going to say Man City 2-1. Sorry, Ian.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm worried simply because I don't know who's going to... If Stina starts, then I'll be happy, but I'm going to probably say... I'm going to go 2-2.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go for a draw.
I do think there'll be no clean sheets, so...
No, 2-2.
You're going for a draw, right? Okay.
I'll go for a draw. Right. Brighton Palace, big game. I can't... I feel for Palace. I can't
see past Brighton winning.
You know the problem, and it's a good game for Brighton at home, because you look at Palace and, you know, they're so unlucky. I think it's 2 games now that they've lost in the night, in the latter stages. And that just demoralises you even more because they're trying so hard. I can't see them beating Brighton.
Brighton have been on the back of 2 bad results, though. Yeah,
but this is what I'm saying. This is a good game for Brighton to get against Palace, like, you know, a kind of derby. I think that Brighton might have too much for them.
I'm going to go 3-1 Brighton.
You're going to go 3-1? I'm going to go 3-0 to Brighton.
Okay.
Everton, Leicester. Look at Leicester coming back into things.
Everton had a bad result, didn't they, against West Ham?
Did you see that miss?
Mm-hmm.
I think that could have been I think that's the miss of the season for men's and women's football.
Yeah. And Everton, I thought, okay, they're getting kind of a little bit of form, and then they go away to West Ham and get beat 2-0, which credit to West Ham, though.
Because we were worried about West Ham for a while. I thought West Ham might struggle, but no. Palace is struggling. So what do you think? Everton, Leicester?
I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester.
I'm going to go 1-0 to Everton.
All right, okay.
I'm going to go different. I'm going to say Everton are going to beat them at home.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Everton. Yeah. Come on, Everton. Right. Liverpool, West Ham. West Ham's kind of showing a nice bit of form, aren't they?
Liverpool, I've been disappointed with Liverpool this season. I don't think they're 5 points behind Tottenham. And Tottenham haven't really played that well this season.
And Leicester beat them.
And Liverpool...
You know something?
I think Olivia Smith could be the difference for Liverpool, though, against West Ham. I'm going to say 2-0 Liverpool.
You're going for Liverpool to win?
Yeah. I feel I need a good performance.
I'm really trying to be a good predictor. But I'm so bad, but I'm going to go with...
I've seen you on Stick to Football. We need to get better.
I'm terrible at it. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham. And I'm not joking. Come on, West Ham. Help me, man.
Is that your heart a little bit there?
No, it's not my heart. Because,
you're
like, you know what?
Your heart.
No, because I didn't have Leicester to beat Liverpool. I wouldn't have had that.
No, none of us had that, did we?
No one had that. I just think that West Ham are playing a kind of a game where they're going to surprise. They could surprise someone. This might be it.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm going to go with.
I like that positivity.
A really 2-1 West Ham, and if it happens and people say, "Wow, he really knows how to predict stuff."
Right, we'll see. Last one, Spurs v Man United.
What about Villa Chelsea?
Oh yeah, I'm done Villa Chelsea. My bad.
Villa Chelsea.
Oh, I mean, Chelsea all day.
Yeah, they're not losing against anyone. They're going to go invincible.
I'm interested to see how Villa play, though, with a new manager. Will this be our first game? Yeah?
Natalia Arroyo. You know what I mean? Be interested to see what she plays. Is it Arroyo? I think it's Natalia Arroyo.
Arroyo, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how she plays. Because I think they've got good players there. They have got good players at Villa. So it'd be interesting with a new manager, with new ideas. Hopefully they can do something. I think it'd be really good if they could get something.
If Villa played like in that first 20 minutes, like they did against City, but for longer, it's such a hard team to break down. But it's going to be interesting with the tactics. But honestly, Chelsea's quality at the minute is just no stopping them.
It's the bench. You know, they could get people off the bench as well, even if it's not going well. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to be facetious with this one. I think Chelsea will beat them.
4-0 Chelsea.
You're going to go that much?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
City scored 4 against Villa at the weekend without Bunny Shaw and Lauren Hemp and Alex Greenwood. Yeah. And this is not disrespect to Villa. This is just facts.
5-0 Chelsea, I'll go.
How can you say 4-0 and you go 5-0?
No, because when you said that, I just started to get visions of people scoring.
Good job. There's nothing
and I could
on
see
this.
another person scoring another person. So I think I'm going to probably go 5-0.
Right, okay. So we've both gone Chelsea.
Spurs United.
United for me. They're playing really well at the moment. Tooney's on fire.
Yeah.
2-0 United.
No, I'm going to go 3-0 United.
Every time I've said something, you just go goal up.
I've just gone one more.
That's because I did so well.
You know what I'm going to give? No, I'm going to give Beth England.
Go 3-0.
No, I'm going to go. I want to give Beth England a go. I fancy Beth England.
No, you can't just do a petty goal, like, just because you want to.
No, I'm going to go 3-1 United. Beth England.
Right, okay, sound.
How's that?
And we'll see how we go next week.
I'm going to see how we go next week. I feel a lot better about that one. What did I say? I said...
United don't concede many.
I said West Ham to beat Liverpool, didn't I? Yeah.
2-1, you said,
sticking with that. I stick with that.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens
Nice one.
end of this weekend.
What's so that's it then?
Yeah.
Should we leave now?
Yeah, shall we go?
Let's leave. Listen, thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
You know something? I think that we might see an upset in those results. You remember you saw it here first. I said that first. So
he didn't say that though on the predictions. So
I just said it now. I just said it.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
There's going to be an upset in those. See you next week.
Bye.